Hey everyone, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment, your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to another weekly show. And let's see what's cooking this week for us all with a collective reading from today. Now, I've been using the Affirmators at Work cards. This is the Affirmators Tarot. And the Affirmators Tarot is made by the same people, of course, but it is a full tarot deck. And we are going to pull a card and see what advice the Affirmators Tarot has for us in the financial area of our life. So this is for the collective. All right. They're always read upright. Whoa, what an awesome card. We have strength. So cute. Almost looks like a cuddly little lion, doesn't he? All right. So let's see what strength has to say according to the Affirmators. There's no great mystery in the meaning of this card. It indicates strength, fortitude, and the ability to face your challenges head on. If you've been questioning your abilities, doubting your courage, or playing the victim, it's time to embrace your inner lion and charge forth with conviction. Consider this the roar that ignites your furnace of fearlessness and inspires you to tackle any obstacle that comes your way. And if you need to, rat your hair into a nice intimidating mane. It honestly can't hurt. And so the affirmation they provide is, I am lion, hear me roar into my pillow when no one's around. At least it said hear me roar and not snore. I think that's important here. But this is a time, where your strength and your fortitude will carry you through your greatest financial or material challenges. Got strength on your side. Use it. That's what I have for the collective for today. All right. I like this deck. I would say some people may not like the cardboardy cardstock, but if you use it for an oracle, a daily reading, or just not for yourself, it'll probably stand the test of time. So be careful with the shuffle and the ruffling. All right. So now we're going to move on to the week ahead for the elemental signs of the Zodiac. So this reading is going to be good from November 21st through the 27th. The moon will be traveling from Gemini Cancer. It's going into Cancer on the 21st to Virgo on the 27th. And happy birthday, Sagittarians. The sun is entering Sagittarius on November 21st. That's today. Also, Mercury is traveling into Sagittarius on November 24th, the day before American Thanksgiving, which is on November 25th. And so, happy Thanksgiving. And, rather than thinking about the rather difficult associations that Thanksgiving has with our past here in the US, let's just make it a day of being grateful and gratitude for what we have in life, our family, our friends, and all of that. And blessings to all, whatever culture you are from. And that's really pretty much it for the week ahead. Not a lot going on astrologically. So let's hope, this is going to be a shorter work week for some of us, that materially, everything is going to be going okay. Let's hope we all have things to be grateful for. All right. So we're starting with our friends, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's whip up some cash. Okay, well, your focus for the week ahead is the Fool reversed. So I have to ask you, air signs, have you started something recently, or you were hoping for a fresh new start and it just didn't come out for you? Were you taking a risk or gamble? This was like something maybe that, you took a real chance on. Maybe you tried to apply for a job that was a little bit out of your comfort zone or your range of experience. And, that might be, like I said, you got to be a little bit careful. I think the focus this week is on not taking too many risks. Going with what you know might serve you best. The focus this week is on maybe some of the repercussions of taking a risk that, was a little bit out of your comfort zone, materially or with, like I said, career in particular. Well, so how best can you prepare for this focus? Maybe to lean on people you trust. Lean on family, friends. Is it possible you lost some money or resources during this? You may need a handout of some sort, some practical, financial support, or some advice on how to get back on your feet again if this has set you back in some way. But I feel like people around you, your community, your tribe, your family can be a real support for you at this time. So that's the best way to prepare for this focus, is don't be afraid to call out, shout out to them, lean on them a little bit. But what about people around you? Well, people around you, may have, well, I don't know how to say this. I would say that, sure, take the support from, your family, your tribe, etc. But I will say that the people around you might just be a little bit too pie in the sky in their thinking. They may have ideas for you now. Now that something may have failed for you, they may have all kinds of little plans and schemes and things that you should consider or that they want to work on for you. But let's make sure they're practical and bring them down to earth a little bit here. Let's make sure they're really workable solutions, I would be grateful and thank them for, what they're trying to offer to you. But if they really seem like they're more risky, let's say, than what you've already gotten yourself involved in, maybe take a pass on it. So ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement for you, or no movement at all? Well, I think this is a week where you're going to have to be a little bit more forthcoming and forthright with things. I don't see gain. I don't necessarily see loss here, but I do feel that how the week ends depends on how much you apply yourself to the situation. Now is not time to be timid or meek or take a soft approach. This is a time to be more demonstrative in what you're doing. So I'm just going to throw that there so we can have a little bit of a recap. So basically, with the Fool reversed, you either have suffered, you may have taken a gamble or a risk recently that didn't pay off, and really maybe you should have thought better of, but what's done is done. Or this might be the focus this week. You might be getting some of the repercussions of that this week. And if so, I would count on your tribe, your family, your support group, your advisors to help bail you out a little bit. Maybe some loans might come through. This is going to be a time for, relying on others to give you a little bit of a helping hand in some way. So think about what that might be, what that might look like, because ultimately I feel the people around you, air signs, might be just, willing to help, but maybe some of the things they want to help you with are a little bit more risky, or maybe not as thought out. They're more pie in the sky. They're more lofty visions. They need to be more brought down to practical, down to earth things. Ultimately, I feel by week's end, what you need, we just got a care package. A special delivery from one of our favorite subscribers, Gina. I'm not going to open it right now, but I know it's something edible and wonderful. Thank you, Gina.
Well, she's probably here in the chat with us this morning.
Hopefully she will be. We shall see. She'll definitely be at our live stream later, I'm sure.
But when people see this, she will be there.
That's true. That's true.
Pre-recorded.
Okay, so ultimately I feel air signs by weekend, you're going to have to really, I think you're the one that's going to have to demonstrate the way forward. You're the one that's going to have to push where to go next from here. There's no gain, there's no loss, but there's this sense of now finding, taking, I'm not going to say taking control, because this isn't like the Emperor card, but this is showing a little bit of your own strength in the matter. This is not a time to be meek. This is a time where you need to steer the path going forward. So in other words, the way I feel about it, air signs, you got yourself into this mess. You can get some support from others, but ultimately, you're the one that's going to have to lead forward to get yourself out of this mess. That's what I have you for the week ahead, air signs. Good luck with that. Okay, my fellow fire signs, woohoo! This is for you for the week ahead. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And happy birthday again to Sagittarians. This is your time. So let's hope we can stir up some cash. We can fan the flames and bring in some dough. Maybe bake some dough. Gina did. All right, but that's a different kind of dough. All right, and a different kind of baking. Okay. All right, fire signs, your focus for the week ahead. Yes, it's the Page of Wands. Wow, you're focusing on some good news this week. Some positive moves or positive messages coming your way. This may be involving, an opportunity, a job opportunity perhaps. Maybe you're getting a job interview. Maybe you're getting the call back from a job interviewing saying you've gotten the job. Maybe some investment news is coming in that's looking really good. Maybe a particular deal or arrangement you want to make with others. So all systems look go. This is the messenger card. I always think of the Page of Wands as bringing positive, growthful news. So to get that in a material reading, to start off as our focus, woohoo, fire signs, looking good. Woo! And how best can we prepare for that focus? Let the sun shine in. Awesome card. Awesome card. So basically, I think that you're focused on success. I mean, whatever this message is really sending off positive vibes for you. Or maybe the fact is, because this is how to prepare for that focus, is I would just say, get ready for success. What does success look like for you? What is it going to be? Is it going to be investments coming in? Is it going to be a great real estate deal? Is it going to be attracting new clients? Is it going to be a successful project completed at school? This is it. Prepare for what that looks like, and think about, align yourself with the positive energy of the sun. You act like you already have what it is you desire. Well, what about people this week? How interesting this. We have the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Wands is reversed. So really interesting this week. I'm getting maybe a sort of a picture here that what this is saying is that people around you they might be a little jealous. There might be a little bit of jealousy here. There might be a little bit of over-aggressive tendency among some of them. I mean, if these are people working for you, they may be really trying to push themselves too hard to achieve a goal that seems to be already there. The other thing about this is that I feel that it could be a sign that maybe a lot of the success is for people who are working on their own. That this might be a sign that you yourself are creating the success this week. You are the main driver of it, not the people around you. They're not all in. Oh, and this almost backs up what I just said. Is there forward or backward movement, or no movement at all for you this week? Well, look at that, fire signs. Look at that 9 of Pentacles up right here. How awesome. That means to me that you are creating your own success. You are enjoying the fruits of your labor. You are achieving some very, very positive outcome by week's end. So let's happily take a look at this again, fire signs, because everything is pretty good except some of our dealings with others in the week ahead. You and you alone are getting a message coming to you of some success, something that's come through for you, some positive development or move. Whether it's career, school, business, investments, real estate, all positive. Something is coming through for you with whatever it is that's your material goal. And the focus is how best to prepare for that is on success. Maybe you felt really good about, the prop work to this message coming in. Remember, this is a message coming in. So already something has spurred that message on. And I think it is something that you have done, whether you've aced an interview, you've aced an exam, you've aced a project, you have invested your money wisely or made the proper moves business-wise. This is something that you have already put in place, and now the message is coming. So others around you really, I feel, don't have that. They may deliver the message, but they don't have that much to do with this is about you. There may be some jealousy maybe with people around you. Maybe if this is coworkers or employees, there may be some jealousy. There may be some things that we have to work through. There may be also the fact that others might be pushing too hard. And maybe you could tell them to ease off a little bit if you're a supervisor or boss, that we don't have to do too much here. It's happened. Because ultimately, here you are by week's end, fire sign, just enjoying the fruits of your labor and what you have accomplished and reaping some rewards, I would say. So good luck with that, fire signs. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I was thinking of taking a nice relaxing shower today. But since I can't do that right now, I'll just settle for my water. because it's time for our friends, the water signs. Hey, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's see what's rolling in for you this week. All right. Wow. All right, water signs, you have the Seven of Pentacles as your focus card. Seven of Pentacles is upright. So kind of indicates to me that you're going to be assessing some work some projects or goals that you have been working on, and really decide, you've put in work, you've put in effort already on something important to you, and you're just wondering now if it's going to pay off. Sometimes there are these outside factors, like, for example, we have a farmer here, and he has done everything he can to tend to those crops, and now he's stepping back because, well, will the climate, will the weather, will insects or animals affect his harvest? What outside factors have I not thought of yet? What things could I still do to make sure and ensure a good result to my projects and my goals? So this is a time of maybe stepping back a little bit and thinking about what more needs to be done. And how best can you prepare for that focus? The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is here. I think the best way you can prepare for this focus here, my friends, the water signs, is by doing some planning. It may seem like the world is already in your hands, and maybe it is. I mean, you have done a lot of work and effort, and you're looking ahead towards the glow of the sun there. So it is okay to think ahead, but it's also saying maybe it's time to do a little planning and strategizing and making sure there is a balance here, that everything is as it should be. Will there be, what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict or help or not? Well, you do have the Ace of Pentacles here reversed. I feel like in a way that some people may be putting some roadblocks in front of your financial progress here. There may be some red tape. There's delays in getting maybe some payments due to you. You may be having some problems with a loan or a contract. I can also sense this may have something to do with just expected money or results coming in. They seem to be delayed. Other people are either have slowed down the process, or they're dealing with their own bureaucratic red tape to try to get things to you. That's just my initial impression here with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's also could indicate that others just are not helping you grow this right now. They're not really instrumental in this, or they could be putting obstacles in your way. So remember, we were saying what could get in the way of what you're trying to accomplish? Well, maybe some of the people that you're working with is the short answer here. We'll go over this again in more detail as I wrap it up. Yeah, and ultimately, so forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you water signs. The Two of Cups is reversed here. You may in fact be parting ways with someone or something in this week ahead. Perhaps, these blockages with other people not really helping you move your ideas, your goals, your projects along, you may want to part ways with them. And it's a time of separation. Let's go over this in more detail now. I think I want to put it all together with you and spend a little time here. So we see the farmer at work here. We see him at work, but paused. He's leaning on his rake there, and he's looking at what he's accomplished so far and what more he might be able to do to nudge things along. But also, he has some worries, he has some doubts, and he wonders what could get in the way of his progress, what could block or cause his plans and goals not to bear fruit. Well, and how best to prepare for that is to focus on the positive, focus on the gains that you've gotten so far, and focus also on the fact of the positive, constructive things that you have done to make things happen for you. You know, the world is almost, I mean, it's in your hands, really. You feel it. You feel like you're going to be getting some positive results here, but still, you're looking at that horizon, expected maybe for more, or maybe for what more needs to be done. Some more planning. Definitely, these two really do kind of fit together like a glove here. With people this week, I see the problem. I feel that maybe some of the things that could get in the way are people who are blocking your progress in some way. Somebody who, I'm not going to say they don't want to see you succeed, but I am going to say that there's just red tape, there's delays, there's disappointments. People are not working fast enough, or people are not working with, their eye on the prize. They're not looking out for the greater picture here. And this is disturbing to you, water signs. Everybody needs to be working together and for the common goal of getting, the rewards that are due. And if you feel that, your advisors or, the people who are managing your money or your business or working with you are not doing their fair share, maybe a partner in a business even, I'll go so far to say that, maybe it's time to part ways by week's end. Maybe it's time to consider that. Maybe it's time to consider a shakeup of some sort to ensure success to your goals and your projects. So, water signs, a little bit of a heady week for you in the week ahead. I wish you success with that. Hey, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this is for you for the week ahead. Let's hope there are some groundbreaking good developments for you in the financial world. Do one more shuffle here. Okay, earth signs, your focus for the week ahead. Wow, Six of Cups reversed. Okay, earth signs, why are we dwelling on past disappointments? This is, or let's just say, why are we living in the past? Why are we living in the past? In society today, everything is about moving forward. Everything is about the future, not the past. And, to live or hold on to outmoded techniques and ways of doing things could be holding you back this week ahead. It could come back to haunt you. Maybe it's time to, start refreshing some of your policies, some of your procedures. Maybe even your product line needs refreshing, So let's see how best to prepare for that focus and see if we can get a little bit more insight here on this. Yeah, well, I have to look at this and wonder too. Wow, we have the Three of Swords upright. So the Three of Swords upright could be indicating to me that this is about some past losses too. Maybe you are dwelling on some disappointments, some things that are making you very sad, and maybe also, it's interesting to me, sometimes we love what we have put in place, we have set in motion for ourselves. We love the way we do things. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. my show. You know, sometimes I wonder, should I switch up what I'm doing or should I stick with the old tried and true? And you might be thinking to yourself with the Six of Cups reverse, I like what I'm doing. I like the way things are. I like my product line. They don't need any upgrading or refreshing. And it makes you sad. It makes you feel bad to think about having to upgrade it. But let's look at the reality. If it's not paying off for you, you have to consider that. And as hard as it is to let go of some of these things, sometimes we have to move on. We'll get into that again as we see the whole picture here. Look at this. Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles up right here with other people. Other people are trying to push this, I think, with you. Other people are saying, hey, it's time for something new here. It's time for new thinking in the material world or in the way you're doing things. This could apply to anything. It's time to really invest your money. Maybe there's some places that you don't want to move. You're happy where you're at. But somebody else is saying to you, hey, there's something new here and it could really pay off for you. Also, you students, maybe you have to refine what you're doing and the way you're thinking. Maybe you have to even think about, maybe this is a time that maybe I should shift my focus to some other course of study. So there's, however you want to, whatever you are doing in the material world, think about how this applies to you here. Ultimately, your signs will be forward or backward movement or no movement at all. I think it was the air signs. I think like with the air signs this week, this is a time to step back. You're going to have to really, well, with the air signs, it was about, pushing more. But there was no progress with them either. It's just a matter of, it's a work in progress. For you, that holds true too. This is a time for you, though, to step back a little bit and maybe refresh your perspective. All of this is leaning in a particular direction that I will go over once again with you. But let's just look at this a little bit more, the Hanged Man here. It's saying that it is time to be objective. You know how you feel about what you're doing and where you're going, but maybe it's time to take a different look at things. When the Hanged Man, it's like I've always said, when the Hanged Man is upside down, the world looks completely different. And maybe it's time to turn your perspective upside down and look at things from fresh eyes, Let's look at this all in detail again and see what this means for you. Six of Cups reversed is a sign that you are dwelling on things from your past disappointments, or you're stuck in past modes of thinking. You like the way things were and you want to keep them that way forever. But the world is constantly changing. Technology is changing. Everything is being done differently. And product lines are constantly being upgraded and changing. People like fresh new. That's just the way of the world today. And it makes you kind of sad, doesn't it? We like what we are, and what we've set up for ourselves. And it's just a struggle sometimes to really have to move in a new direction and bring in new ideas. People around you may be spurring this for you and saying it is time for you to really refresh or do new things. To bring in growth, you have to do new things. And ultimately, that's where you are by week's end. You're really trying to examine, what is it you need to do here? How can you best move forward? Maybe how can you take the old and refresh it? Maybe you don't have to throw everything away. It's just a matter of making it appear new and sparkly and shiny. So this is a time to really look at all of this in your life and think about how to make things new and improved for you and for your customers, and also to satisfy your investors or your teachers who are really trying to make you grow. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs, for the week ahead. A little bit of growing pains there for you, I would think. Hey, good luck with that. Growth is good. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me today. I do want to remind you that, hey, this is the birthday for Sagittarius, which means there's going to be a monthly modality message. So do be there for that today, later today when it does come out. And it will be a message for the modalities of the zodiac, and it will be for the month ahead. For the time of Sagittarius, there will be a new one coming out when the sun enters Capricorn. Don't forget Mr. O's shows in the week ahead. Goth Tarot every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can explore the shadow side of your life, and his emotional exchanges every Friday, 7 a.m. And see what's happening in the love and relationship department.
Happy on.
And don't forget to get happy every Saturday morning or afternoon, depending on our schedule. And next week, it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there and get a positive message from Spirit. And don't forget our live streams, of course. And until next week, have a productive, financially beneficial week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.